What's up everybody, once again my name is Matt and welcome to another Breath of the Wild mod showcase. Today we're looking at the Revali mod. This of course lets you play as the winged champion himself. Now according to the creator's page on Game Banana, this is actually part of a larger mod that he's working on that's going to let you play as any of the 4 champions, so I'm looking forward to seeing that once he finishes working on it. For now though, we can take a look at Revali. Now this mod is sort of like a hybrid mod. It makes use of a particular armor set, in this case the Snow Quill set, which oddly enough needs to be fully upgraded in order for this to work correctly, but on top of that it also modifies Link's original model, so if I were to take off the Snow Quill set, things would look pretty weird, and I'll show that off later. For now though, let's take a closer look at this mod, and of course I'll do a full 360-degree rotation so you can see exactly what it looks like without the sword and shield and get a nice, good look at the model. Now of course, this model is obviously ripped directly from the game itself, so everything looks exactly like it should. It is raised higher up than Link normally is, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. There is a reason for that, or at least I believe there's a reason for it, but yeah, as you can see, everything looks really stinking good. I love the way the scarf, like, hangs off him as well. Perfect implementation of the Revali model. So, yeah, like I was saying before, one thing that you'll notice is that Revali doesn't exactly touch the ground, like, ever. I'm not sure why that is, but if I had to guess, the modifications they made to Link's model have, like, shifted his position, so the X and Y coordinates aren't exactly where they're supposed to be. It's not a huge deal, but I guess I should mention it. I mean, Revali's a bird, so walking on the ground is sort of beneath him anyways. Instead, he just hovers slightly above it. Another thing you'll notice is that, yeah, the paraglider is invisible for some reason. I have no idea why that is. It might be a glitch with the mod, or they just removed it when using this mod, since, as I said, Revali's a bird, so, yeah, I mean, he doesn't really need a paraglider. He's got wings attached to his body, so he can use those instead. But it does look a little bit weird. Everything else though, like, you know, running, jumping, using the sword and shield, those all look relatively fine. Like, your wing does sort of clip through the shield occasionally, but it's not that big of a deal. Alright, so one thing I am kind of excited to show off is the Master Cycle. This will probably replace all of my horse segments in the future just because it's way cooler, and yeah, I did finally get around to beating the DLC on my Wii U file, so it'll just be easier to show it off this way. Like, the animations and the, like, sitting pose and everything like that are exactly the same as when you're riding a horse. So, this is just a much better way of doing that. Plus, I bet you guys didn't know you wanted this or needed this in your life, but Revali riding a motorcycle is just amazing. The only way this could get better is if he was playing some card games, but, man, does he look cool riding this thing. I mean, really, the Master Cycle makes anything look cooler, but specifically with Revali on top of it, I don't know, something about it just feels right to me. It looks so freaking cool. Also, one thing I didn't realize about riding the Master Cycle is when you go over, like, bridges like this, it sort of auto-steers to keep you on it. Anyways, that's enough of this segment, so what do you say we go ahead and, I guess we can fight a Lionel next. Okay, so as per tradition around here, we're going to fight a Lionel using this mod. But we're not just going to fight any old Lionel. No, it's a silver Lionel, and we're going to fight the one in the Coliseum. This is our favorite Lionel to fight, pretty much. I mean, I've pretty much exclusively only fought this Lionel except for one of my mod showcase videos, but that's besides the point. Now, normally I would just fight the Lionel with my sword and shield, and that's perfectly fine, but we are playing as the winged champion Revali, so I kind of want to try something a little bit different. Let's just finish off this Flurry Rush, and then I kind of want to take to the skies and do some aerial combat with our bow. So let me just make sure, yeah, I have my Savage Lionel ×5 equipped, and oh man, alright, give me a second to get up in the air, buddy. He actually did a ton of damage for that one strike, like, jeez, man. Alright, now, let's, equip bomb arrows, why not? We can deal a ton of damage by shooting, 5 at a time every time we shoot one arrow. Oh, you know what, let's actually go back just because, yeah, I can already feel a little bit of the lag kicking in from all those explosions, so that's not good. And oh, jeez, that was a little more fall damage than I wanted to take. Yeah, sadly there's no, like, extra enhancements like there was with the Mifa Champion mod. Like, that mod allowed you to swim indefinitely and a lot faster. Like, you pretty much had the Zora tunic on and completely got rid of all your stamina usage. Sadly, the Revali mod does not do that. There's no, like, reduced stamina when gliding. In fact, it still depletes normally. You can't use Revali's Gale more than your normal amount of time. And of course, there is no like reduced or negated fall damage. So you kind of have to work around all of Link's normal limitations. And whoa, alright, this guy is like wrecking my face right now. Come here, bud. Let's get some more flurry rushes. And like, I'll try and get the final strike with an aerial attack, but yeah, it's not exactly going as quickly as I thought it was. Surprisingly, flurry rushes are still the best way to fight Lynels. I thought maybe aerial attacking it would actually be somewhat considerable and maybe even faster, but no, doesn't really seem that way, does it? Alright, give me one more flurry rush, please, and that should get you close to like one arrow. Oh no, okay, you know what, that's fine. We'll use Mipha's Grace. I mean, my champion abilities are completely upgraded, so like the recharge time is severely reduced. It completely makes them like broken. But actually, you know what? You're probably low enough that I can use arrows to finish you off. So let's just give it a shot here. Hopefully I can land enough hits to take this guy out. And yeah, there we go. Sweet. So we did get the final hit with an aerial strike. One more flurry rush might have actually taken that guy out, so I'm kind of glad that I messed that up there. And wow, you actually dropped a lot of good stuff. Thank you very much, my man. Sweet. Well, I guess that does it for the Lynel fight, but there's a couple more things that we can showcase for this mod, so give me one moment and we'll do that. Okay, so here we are in Hiteno Village. Now, we're coming here because I want to go to the dye shop. This mod, unfortunately, does not allow you to dye, like, Revali's feathers any different colors. So, we're not actually going here to, I guess, dye Revali a different color. I'm going here to show off the cutscene of Revali, just because there's, you know, unique animations and stuff like that I want to show off. Also, yeah, because of the, I guess, mismatch in the coordinates, or the fact that Revali is just a lot taller than Link, his head is entirely cut off here. But as you can see, no matter what color you choose, it doesn't change like his feathers or anything like that. So I'm just gonna go and do like these 5 fireproof lizards. We'll go through this just to show off the animation, and that'll be that, I guess. There are a couple of other oddities that I would like to show off after this, but for now, just enjoy the silliness of this cutscene that is kind of focused on like all of the wrong elements, but you know, whatever, it still works, so that's all that really matters. And there's Revali just hovering above the ground like he normally does. That seems somewhat fitting for him, doesn't it? Like, Revali seems like the kind of guy who, if he could fly and like normal people couldn't, he would just like always hover slightly above the ground just because that's who he is. Alright, so now that is done, there is one other thing that I do want to show off, so give me one moment and I'll get that set up. Okay, so as I mentioned before, there are a couple oddities with these mods. Specifically, if we equip the headdress for the Snow Quill Tunic, which you don't actually need, or if we just completely remove the Snow Quill Tunic. So take a good look. This is what everything looks like normally, you know, take all that Revali glory in. And now, let me just go and find the headdress. If we put this on, funnily enough, it gets Revali Link's hair. Yeah, it looks really, really weird. Not exactly a good look for Revali, but oddly enough, it also kind of works too. Like, it doesn't look terrible. But if we remove that, and then also we equip like the champion's tunic and, you know, another pair of trousers, and we'll even put on the Hylian hood. Yeah, now things are just, I don't even know what happened here. Like, it still keeps Revali's body shape, and like, look at Link's fingers, man. They're just disgusting. Not to mention, there's a hole that goes directly through where his head's supposed to be. So, Link, you're not looking too good, man. Let's go and put back on the Snow Quill Tunic and everything, because I do not want to look at no head, stretchy fingers Link anymore. It is just not a good look, man. Anyways, I think that pretty much covers everything in the Revali mod. So that's where I'm going to end off this video. If you guys enjoyed it, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.